universe, it wouldn't necessarily be on different timelines. It could just be on one super duper fucking long timeline.
Yeah.
And everything that, or the timeline, it's not a line, it's a fucking ring.
That's how 5 dimensions are supposed to work, because it's supposed to be like, at least how I interpret it was like X, Y, and then it's like, say you were here right now, a little bit ahead of you would be another you, and then another you, and then it just goes infinitely in every direction. Would just be different universes and different dimensions that
expanded from a single point.
Yeah. From a single point, but then they break off into like different points, and then it's different, you know.
Yeah. I feel like 4D shit would be like like time. So
time's technically the 4th dimension.
Yeah, but like we have like in 3 dimensions, you basically have like complete control over 2 dimensions and like an understanding of the 3rd, like depth. So 4th dimension would give you like basically like completely control over 3 dimensions, and like
and then over time
a perception of like 4D shit, like time. You'd be able to like see what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, like navigate through time, because that's like how we in our group.
Yeah.
In our, I would guess like with our understanding of how fucking time works, or how like 3 dimensions work, I would guess if like me as a person went to like the 5th dimension, I would be able to like navigate through time and like any time, so I'd just be like omnipotent basically.
Oh yeah, like that one nigga from Ben 10, the scientist. A paradox. I think it's paradox. You ever watch Ben 10, nigga?
No, because I'm not gay.
You're not straight either. This nigga is non-binary.
This nigga asexual.
Yeah, Ben 10 slaps. I don't care what nobody gotta say.
I just didn't really like the art style, so I never really watched it. Oh, but the show I was gonna say earlier about socialism. So like, couldn't you could still have a free market in a socialist environment, right?
Socialism and capitalism that everyone doesn't understand is that there's no such thing as a pure version of either. Every economy ever is a mixed economy.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a traditional economy where they're, it's barter system.
Yeah.
Like you
but even
that
still,
shit like
at a
the
certain
fucking
point, like,
6th grade.
Yeah. Damn, there's this nigga with a fucking blew his fucking colon out. Yep. That's just what I've been thinking about all the time. Like how niggas are like, socialism is the destruction of the free market. It's like, is it really though? Because niggas will still make stuff.
Yeah, like
it's not like niggas just lose the right to be creative and like entrepreneurial spirit. It's more just like
it's a checks and balances for capitalism. It's like, like the government has checks and balances, but the checks and balances on the economy are like, just like, yeah, bro, but just like whatever. But we still have like regulations and shit.
Yeah.
But like.
But even still, niggas skirt by the regulations.
Yeah, the loopholes.
In the pursuit of the capitalistic endeavor of niggas trying to get money.
Yeah, and that's what's fucking up the world.
Contact?
I've got
Today.
Glad to hear
everyone
forget him?
thinking
We're
like
gonna put him to
money is the end all be all. But in reality, it's like what everyone's chasing is like some form of happiness, whatever that shit means to them. So like, while they're like basically like fucking up the world,
Fucking up the environment,
fucking up other people.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to like, be a billionaire. Like being a billionaire cannot be fucking fun. Like having $1 billion probably could be fun. Being a billionaire, like that's a lot of fucking responsibility. Because billionaires, like, not only are they like a pillar of the economy, they're like, I feel like they would be paranoid, you know?
That they're gonna lose it all.
Not even that they're gonna lose it all. That's just like they're high value, and like being high value, that automatically,
Like puts a target on your back.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, but then at the same time, it's like, shit, nigga, I got $1 billion. Like, no matter what target is on my back, I can shoot you first, nigga. So it's like,
Yeah, but still, it's just like paranoid about that shit. You know, like it's not exactly like the people that are like trying to actively harm you. It's like the people that are pretending to be your friends.
oh yes, yeah. Wolves and sheep.
So it's like, yeah, it makes you just like, it makes you like disconnect, you know, from being.
You're always looking over your shoulder. Yeah.
Not just like looking over your shoulder. It's also like an element of oh, like I need this done, and like people like bend over backward for you, like even like your enemies, almost, because you have so much money.
Yeah. It's really. It's not even like the money aspect. It's more so like the power that comes with the money.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what,
that's
that's really what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's what fucks you over. People get like, not power hungry, but just like they go crazy with power.
It disconnects you from being a human, from your
Yeah.
humanity, because
You don't have anything to strive for anymore. Like I feel like
it's not that you don't have anything to strive for, and like you don't have any problems or struggles.
that's what I'm saying. So it's like once you reach that billionaire status and you have like all this power, if you're not like, I don't know how to explain it. Like if there's nothing that you're trying to accomplish like after that, if you have no like fucking upper echelon goal, like alright, I hit $1 million, what am I gonna do from here? Then I just kind of feel like you're just like, alright, well,
Bro, like if I had like that kind of money, I wouldn't even like. I would just be chilling. Like, I don't understand why everyone's just like, I gotta work, I gotta work, I gotta work. It's like,
nigga, $1
why don't you
million,
just, like,
you can never spend that in your lifetime, so you might as well just fuck off.
yeah, that, and like, it's just like, why don't you just like, instead of working, like, just hang out with like niggas that you like, you know, like, just be like, enjoy your fucking existence while you have it.
I mean, I'm sure that's what the niggas doing, but it's like, they're fucking weirdos. Like, this nigga Bloomberg be fucking diddling kids with Epstein and fucking,
Yeah, like,
and Bill Gates and shit.
that's a nut, like, because it's like you have no like regular ass problems, you know, nothing to strive for. It drives niggas to do like,
Fuck shit.
yeah, like it makes them like crazy.
You go mad with power.
Yeah, so it's like,
Cause there's
man,
just like,
I fucked every female, like every actress that I've ever wanted to fuck. What now? Guess kids.
yeah.
Like,
Cause it's like, who's gonna stop me? I got $1 billion. I can, like, I can do anything I want.
don't get no tighter than that. Like, these are. It's.
Don't get no tighter than that. You're fucking foul. This preteen pussy hit different.
Like, that's the only explanation, like, I could even possibly think of for, like, anybody wanting to fuck a kid. Because it's like, kids are the epitome of not sexually attractive. They're kids. They're, like...
It's a power thing.
Exactly.
That's why it all comes down to power. It's just, as, like, corny and lame as that sounds, it's like...
Yeah, that's
people have been saying that throughout time. It's like, if... Like, of course there are niggas that are governed, and there are people that, in a sense, are destined to go higher and lead others and reach the upper echelon. And then there are other people that are commoners in a sense. They're just normal people.
Yeah, they're
But
just
it's
gonna be here.
yeah, that just exist. They exist and then they go, as quick as a fart in the wind. But it's like if like the normal niggas are just letting the niggas at the top just do whatever the fuck they want, then like shit just kind of gets fucked up. It's just like damn yo, y'all just letting these niggas fuck kids.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, like learning about just like how deep power goes in general, like not even just in like an economic sense or a societal sense, just like in a
The
like
links niggas will go to keep power.
that, yeah, and just like how much power lets you get away with on top of all that.
Yeah.
That's why they go to such lengths to keep the power. Like you hear about shit like I was hearing about
Like that shit you told me about the literacy test that they did after segregation to keep black people from voting.
yeah.
Shit like that. And then you gotta think about when British settlers are first coming over here, the only people that could own property were white men.
Yeah. And on like I don't know how like what I'm trying to like say, but I'm talking about like trying to link it to like war, you know, because war, it is a completely different like it may like it's the average person usually does not have to experience like war in like and even like in a watered down sense. Well, no, actually everyone does experience war in a watered. I'm talking about like the raping and pillaging aspect of it. That goes into power as well, because like when you have the power to like
Oh, to like destabilize the country, like through raping and pillaging.
no, not even that. Like just like on an individual sense. Like when you're on the winning side, you feel like you can do whatever you want, and then
Oh yeah.
you won't have to face the repercussions. So it brings out the worst in people. Like having power brings out the worst in people.
Like look at all the shit that happened in Vietnam.
Not even like you don't even have to go as far back as Vietnam. Like all the shit that's happening as we speak. Like the fact that
Yemen, and
yeah, Yemen, just the Middle East in general. Like the fact that the Middle East is so fucked up is due to power. Like niggas wanting power. The reason why we're so buddy with Saudi Arabia is because the petrodollar. You know what that is?
isn't it just like the dollar to oil ratio?
No, it's if somebody wants to buy oil from I think it's Saudi Arabia or one of those countries that sell oil, they have to first convert their money into U.S. dollars, which artificially inflates our economy and the dollar. That's why we're so like
The richest country in the nation or in the world.
that, and why we do Saudi Arabia's bidding so much.
Damn. This is having a good stroll. But, yeah. And it really is just like, it's power and then it's also, like power and education go hand in hand. I forget what the quote was, but it was like, if you, damn, I don't want to butcher it either, but it's something like,
Just paraphrase it.
I think it's like if you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. I forgot who said that, but it's like,
I think I've heard that before.
like that shit is so true. Just because people, and like the misconception of like nerd culture and how if you're a nerd, if you're smart, then you're kind of a lame, and it's especially like within,
Ignorance is bliss.
yeah, especially like within the black community, like the most ignorant kind of person to seem is, or less than how we in turn portray ourselves like to the media.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's a vicious cycle. kind of like homelessness, where it's like a nigga can't get a job because he's homeless, and he's homeless because he can't get a job, and it's like niggas are ignorant because the media is showing us being ignorant, and that's how we see. Okay, that's how we have to succeed. Like this nigga has a lot of money, and he's just ignorant. Like you get success at the cost of being ignorant. Okay,
Yeah,
fuck
it's
it.
also like fun to look at.
Yeah, flashy. That's what happened when rap was coming back, like early 2000s rap, when it was like Flavor Flav.
Big ass
Well,
chains
yeah,
and shit
not
like
like
that,
necessarily.
baggy clothes.
Yeah, I was gonna say not necessarily like Public Enemy, but just like Flavor Flav in himself, and like that shit's crazy.
Yeah. It is like it also it's like
And it's like you can't even sit there and like and just be like it's them niggas' fault. Like they're like you guys are destroying your own community. It's like
it's a race in America is like mega super duper complicated because it's like damn near fucking like intertwined in every aspect of our society.
yeah.
And everyone that like the fact that people try to deny that so tough is like perpetuating the problem because it's like if you can't even acknowledge that there's a problem there, then like how the fuck are you even gonna even begin to fix the problem?
You're literally ignoring the strings of connection. It's like, bro, and it's like certain shit that's so like undeniable. It's like black people have been disenfranchised since segregation. Like
Not before that, since
well, yeah, but like I'm saying, like at the point when we were free, we were still slaves. You feel me?
yeah, like slavery. It was, Jim Crow was like roundabout slavery.
Yeah. It's so fucking crazy. Like that shit in Chicago I told you about how like niggas went up north to escape the segregationists and Jim Crow laws. And then once they got up there, fucking white people moved out in droves and they just they fucked up the whole economy and system in Chicago and just basically made it a ghetto. Just white people destroyed their own community just to fuck over black people.
Yeah, and that's not even like
Black Wall Street.
yeah. That's not
Niggas-
even like the worst of it. Like
Yeah.
niggas will like literally physically burn down like a black town because it was doing too well.
Yeah, the fucking Tulsa riots.
I'm, I don't. I think it might. I think I might be thinking of Black Wall Street. What happened to Black Wall Street?
They go hand in hand. I'm pretty sure Black Wall Street and the Tulsa riots are like Tulsa was Black Wall Street, and so if I'm not mistaken, and when they burned down Black Wall Street, that was in turn the Tulsa riots, and it was basically just like
Yeah, like
white niggas came and were like,
now people can like get on World Star, get on YouTube or some shit, see police brutality and all that, and it's just like, oh wow, this is so terrible, this is so unjust, but like this is regular shit.
what do you think is happening when niggas aren't fucking catching it on the cameras, bro? Like,
Not just that, like before there were even cameras invented,
yeah,
like all the most fucked up stuff that
happens. when no one
America
is
has
watching.
done to black people has been lost to like time.
Yeah,
Like everyone knows Emmett Till, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You know,
the Black Panthers, like all Black Panthers terrorists, even though they
Yeah,
tried
like,
to do positive shit.
bro,
in the
like,
community.
there's like the shit that they don't tell you about Malcolm X. You know, everyone was like, oh, not Malcolm X, Martin Luther King.
Mhm.
Everyone was like, oh, Martin Luther King, he's the greatest. Like the CIA or FBI, one of those, might have been both, were like literally like trying to like talk him into killing himself.
I've heard of that, but I've never like done any research into it.
Yeah, they tried to talk him into killing himself. They tried to blackmail him. They basically were trying to discredit him, saying he would cheat on his wife.
Oh yeah, with white women, right?
Yeah, but it's like, come on, man, you know you gotta do it to him. Reparations one way or another, but
Ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of vanilla with my chocolate, you know what I'm saying?
You're
Little swirl.
fudge swirl, you're. But like,
They watched this nigga get assassinated.
yeah, or they set that shit up themselves.
Yeah.
Like, best case scenario, they watched them. Worst case scenario,
Yeah.
they did it.
It's like, bro.
And this is just like, this is public knowledge. You know, like.
But niggas deny it for some reason. Just because the fact that I can talk to a white person now without the cops coming over and beating my ass. Possibly. If I'm not fucking in New York, getting fucking stopped and frisked.
No. I heard that there's a story about this, there was this school, mostly white school in the white area, and like this swim team was going to like some kind of competition, and they stopped like made a pit stop on the way there, and they had one fucking black member, and like the cops came and basically beat his ass because they're like, oh, we thought he was trying to hijack the bus. It was just like, you didn't ask no questions. You ain't make sure, you didn't ask the bus driver. You just go like.
And then I'm pretty sure it's not like this nigga was just like in normal clothes. Like if they were if it was like a day trip, then they're probably wearing like their uniforms and like their school attire. And this nigga probably got off the fucking bus.
Yeah, he probably had to like take a piss or something, and then like they fucking jumped him.
That's what white people don't realize. It's like that shit. And I hate to say that, it sounds so corny to say, but it is literally dangerous being black. Going outside and being black is... Because you never know what's going to happen. Like, as crazy as that shit sounds, like...
Yeah.
White niggas got it easy.
Especially in, like, predominantly...
Like, white areas?
Yeah. Like, fucking wrong side of the tracks. That's where that phrase comes from, is the fact that, like, they would divide cities up along, like, train tracks and shit. And you can still see it today.
Yeah.
Like, one side of the track will have, like, or even just, like, the whole area around the tracks will just be completely fucked. Like, the roads are ass, buildings are crumbling. Like, it just...
That's because it's a string. It's a long-ass string that you can just keep pulling and pulling and pulling. And it just gets unraveled more and more the more you pull.
What do you mean?
Like, how... Like, a ghetto now has been a persistent ghetto since...
Oh, yeah, that's intergenerational wealth.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
And that's like...
And the government not putting money, like, back into these communities to try and help them.
That's why, like, black schools suffer, because it's, the funding schools get is usually linked to property tax.
What's that shit called? No Child Left Behind. Niggas, no matter your grades, just go on to the next grade. You'll get it next year. You'll get it next year. And it's just like, niggas will graduate and they don't barely know how to read, barely know any fucking math, like...
Or they just won't graduate at all. They'll just, fuck it, this shit's too hard. I'm gonna go get a job, I'm gonna go sell drugs. I'm gonna just, I don't know, figure out how to, the government will be able to support me. And then that's why everyone's like, oh bro, government
already supports so many people on welfare, blah, 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 blah.
No, welfare queen, that's the phrase I was thinking of.
What's that?
Welfare queen is like, I don't know if it just applies to females, but it's like someone that basically lives off of the government, but like lives decently, like getting like fucking $500 in food stamps, shit like that.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah, I've heard about that. And then I've heard that like some people, they'll like take food stamps and then they'll misinterpret their income, so they can still get food stamps and still keep their extra income, so they can survive, basically. Like, I've heard of that.
Yeah, there's also like, what a lot of people don't talk about is the median between like basically the welfare queen and then like the person that can the person that can like fucking support themselves. Oh, that fucking rain, I don't know if it's gonna pick up. Yeah, the person that can support themselves, and there's like a gap where it's like you don't make enough to be able to like live decently, but you don't make like, what's the opposite of enough? But you make like,
but you're not making enough to survive.
Just enough to not get government assistance.
Oh yeah.
So you're just basically like left fucking like on a raft in the middle of the ocean,
living paycheck to paycheck, trying to survive.
Which is the majority of the country.
Yeah. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
And talk about the fucking prison system, how niggas just go in and you just basically stay there for
Yeah.
however long your prison sentence is, and then they're just like, all
nobody
right.
wants to hire a felon. Nobody, like, you can't vote if you're a felon. Like, the prison system, and the fact that it's a private industry and, like, niggas make money off of, like,
making arrest and
yeah,
tickets and shit.
so that makes them lobby for tighter laws so more people get arrested, makes them fucking,
like didn't the 3-strike rule come into effect with the like at the same time as the drug war on drugs?
perhaps. What is the 3-strike?
It was basically like if you get three, it's like 3 misdemeanors, and then anything after that is like an automatic felony. So it's like you get like 3 chances of go to jail a couple months, go to jail a couple months, go to jail maybe a year, and then after that it's like, all right, you're starting to get like either the middle to like maximum sentence for whatever it is. So like say you got caught 3 times already, but you know can't get a fucking job because you have an arrest record. So you know you're selling gas, cops pull you over, they find like an 1/8 in your car. You get banned for that, like 5 years minimum.
Yeah.
Like no ifs,
questions
ands,
asked.
but yeah, that's basically it.
Yeah, and people are acting like the people that say, well, criminals just shouldn't be criminals. It's like it's not that fucking simple.
Yeah, that's
like
not
I'm
really
pretty
how that
sure if
works.
they could have like a legitimate flow of income that could support them and like their family enough for them to just be like straight, then like
What normal nigga wakes up and is like, all right, I guess I'm finna go do a home invasion.
this guy right here.
Well, besides the fucking autismos in the audience, fucking
Yeah.
normal niggas just don't wake up and think like that. They think, damn, I have to eat today. I have to survive. So I gotta take it from somebody else.
Yeah.
That's how you gotta survive.
I'm gonna get mine.
That's how it is.
Yeah. Makes no sense. Well, it does make sense. You know, fucking people over is a lot easier than helping people.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, America prioritizes that. You know, like, fucking yellow journalism and all that back before we had, like, food regulations and all that. But yeah, basically during the Industrial Revolution, or around, like, the 20s and shit, there wasn't like an FDA or anything like that. So people could just like they would like canned foods, they would be throwing like a hot dog. The joke about like hot dogs. It's like what's in a hot dog? It's like everything that's on the floor once they're done slaughtering the animal.
Oh yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, more or less. It's not just like slaughtered animal. It's like if a fucking rat fell into the machine or something, they were just like, hey, fuck it, bro.
Yeah.
You know, like. Yeah, like America and like, what's the shit called? Free markets are like basically designed to like.
It's so profit driven that like they're cutting costs at every corner possible.
Yeah, like the more money that you like strive for, it's like the worse off you are willing to make it for your customers or consumers in general.
Yeah.
So that's why like socialism is for the workers. It's like socialism is capitalism for the normal man.
Yeah. Because the workers have a stake in what the company does and what they says, and in a sense it reflects back on them. Like everybody wants this, like, you know how back in the day people would be like, oh yeah, like there was more loyalty with jobs. Like kids nowadays, they just up and leave jobs like without leaving in 2 weeks, and it's like because these niggas don't give a fuck. People are with this whole COVID-19 epidemic, people are not even getting laid off from their jobs. They're fucking their jobs
Are just not paying them.
Yeah, they're like, you're on a 0-hour work week, so I'm not working. I'm unemployed. You basically fired me.
Yeah.
But you go and call and you're like, okay, I need to collect unemployment because my job basically laid me off. And they'll be like, all right, well, hold on, let me call your job. Boom, call their job. No, they're not. They're not fucking fired. They didn't quit. They're fucking. They didn't get laid off. They're just on a 0-hour work week. It's like, and they'll just be like, oh, well, they said.
Oh, so how much? What's the rate for working 0 fucking hours?
Yeah. It's like, obviously I'm fucking unemployed because I don't have any money. You niggas aren't paying me.
Yeah.
And then it's like fucking, and then niggas don't want to do paid sick leave. Like the fact that like that shit, the government kind of capped on how that shit, isn't mandatory.
What's not mandatory?
Like basically, the only time it's like mandatory for a company to offer paid sick leave is if they have like under either 500 or 50 employees. Or no, it's if you have 50 employees or less, then the government will assist you and give you paid sick leave. And I think it's like mandatory. But at 500 workers, it's not mandatory, and the government also doesn't assist you. So basically, like any big corporations, they don't have to offer like guaranteed paid sick leave. But a small business does, and the government will, and like you can apply for the government to kind of subsidize the income that you'd have to give them, the person who's sick. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bunch of, like, capitalism, like, means testing is, like, the name of the game. You know, for shit like this.
Mm.
Like, China gotta cut the country off, cutting the country off. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, yeah, China. Hoorah, China! Like, they still, like, the reason... The reason why the fucking COVID took off like this is because they were like basically trying to cover it up. They were clapping journalists, doctors, you know, disappearing people and shit like that.
In China?
Yeah, because they were trying to like keep it on the DL. Because they didn't, you know how China, like they care about optics more than they care about, like, you know, their, like, citizens.
Yeah.
That's why, like, they're going so hard over, like, Hong Kong and shit like that.
But, like, even still, I remember hearing about the COVID shit, and I remember being like, yo, this shit is crazy.
But that's their problem. But then they fucked around. And then, like, the fact they didn't take it seriously, so no one else took it seriously, so nobody was like, hey, if you're in Wuhan, China, fuck you, bro. You're not coming back. Like,
Yeah.
You better figure it out.
Well, no, because they definitely instituted a travel ban. Like, when shit started, like, really taking off in their country, they were like, nah, niggas can't leave, niggas can't come in, niggas can't come out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but that was after it was too late.
Yeah.
You know, like, after it was infecting, like, thousands of people.
Yeah.
If they had did it when it was just, like, 10, 20 people or quarantined them and then, like, you know, treated them, it probably would have just blown over. You know, we wouldn't, you know, be in the situation of having to, like, you know, quarantine and all that. Like, Italy wouldn't...
It's fuck China, but it's also... Oh, yeah.
The problem with, like, having power for too long is that you just start to assume that, like, your way of thinking is right because you have the power. You know?
And because it's persisted for so long.
Yeah, like, well, you know, no one, like, and plus, like, when you have, like, a certain amount of power, like, billionaires, whether you like it or not, you fucking get surrounded by yes men.
Yeah.
Like, whether you like, actively try. Like, if I was, fucking, like, a part of the, what's it called? If I had power, like, I would incentivize people, like, if you think I'm being a fucking asshole or something,
I'll
like,
give you 10 bands to
I'm
tell
no,
me
I'm not
wrong.
offering money, no, like, because that's just gonna, like, that's the wrong, it sends the wrong message. Like, I'm just gonna say, like, you know, just let me know, you know, like, I'm not gonna be a bitch about it, you know, if you think there's something that I could do better. But, you know, niggas will get corrected, like, you know, yes men work.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, you know, this nigga has the money, so he must be right. That's how, like, people think, like, not authoritarianism, but, like, I forget the fucking word for it. Like, when you, it's a logical fallacy. What's it called? It's like, something to do with authority. It's like you basically take their word
this
as,
person's right because they have authority?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Appeal to authority, I think it is. But, yeah, it's just a bunch of B words.
Yeah. All I know is I need this government check, goddamn.
Need me some that government cheese, you heard?
Hell yeah. Since niggas don't want to quarantine, it still act like it's not as bad as it is. And then niggas are, yo, fuck Elon Musk. This nigga is, the more and more he talks, the more I feel like he's just a dumbass nigga.
He's definitely not dumb, but
He just likes to build rockets.
he's ignorant. Is this thing like Swedish or
The
something?
name is Jesus Morris,
South Africa.
by the way.
Oh.
And more
Swedish.
importantly, what brings you to
Well,
this
they technically,
apart from
you know.
cheap, watered down drinks and stale
They
liquor.
did go and fuck over in South Africa.
Yeah, same
Oh, no,
shit.
that's Dutch.
Unique songs.
So it's German.
All
It was-
of my songs are unique.
It was like the Dutch, British,
I believe every truly
and
great
the
song
Asians.
has an important message.
I think that like split up Africa.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing anything about the Asians.
So
I know
We're
that
not thinking
they-
about.
However, the
India,
sad sacks
where the
here aren't
notes.
exactly hanging on every note these days.
I know China is trying to
write a few new songs.
get their paws on in Africa now, get a foothold in Africa.
Actually, yes.
Did you hear about the shit that they're trying to do? There's like a new form of like empire that they're trying.
Inspiration.
Basically, like America used to be
You could get me a copy of what she's working
like
on?
Britain
Sure.
was basically like empire by exploration
Well, I'm not
and like
exactly
you know
sneaky
military
type.
might. America
So yeah.
is
your
empire
religious
by
ghost is
straight up military might,
protected.
and then
Not to be
China's
overly
gonna
prima
try.
donna,
I think they're
my
doing
fans need me
like
here.
empire through debt. By like they're gonna try and like what they're doing with Iran is like making like a new Silk Road with like highways and shit, trying to like build up everyone's infrastructure. So it's like
Oh, so everyone owes him.
yeah,
Oh.
because like I think China owes like the largest percent of America's debt than like anyone else in the world, even America, if I'm not mistaken. Which I probably am, but
No, I know what you're talking about. It's like 70 or 80%, because I think it's like so many products come from China.
yeah.
God damn. I don't even fucking know what to say anymore. Like,
Yo, let me see.
besides that shit's crazy.
Yeah, like weird. It's really like it's socialism for the rich, rugged individualism for the poor.
Hell yeah.
Niggas don't fuck with you. Nobody fucks with you.
This nigga Trump said that fucking China should have given us a heads up about the whole corona thing. But this nigga put 2 people that were infected with the virus on like a commercial flight back.
Yeah, he's diverting the blame because he's a fucking child. Shouldn't be surprised by this shit, but it still is like,
I'm not surprised. I'm just like,
wow.
yo, like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it shouldn't be surprising.
y'all
but
just letting
it's-
this nigga do this shit?
Yeah, like, but then once it like, you know, once it comes to like, I was just watching this I don't know if it was a senator or what, but he was giving a speech earlier. He was like, yeah, there's like, what, 1,900 people in like this town that he knows. He's like, there's this restaurant chain. That's just, they gotta fucking body everybody. They got like 6 restaurants, and they gotta lay off all their employees or most of their employees. That's like 900 people, and that's just one case. This shit's happening all over the country.
Oh yeah, niggas get employed everywhere. Tried to go look for a job. Like, hey yo, y'all niggas hiring? He was like, no. Like, of course we're not hiring. It's like, yeah, but I still need the money, so.
So nigga, I need the money. Yeah.
This shit.
Yeah. Nobody in the government fucks with you. Like, not only do they not fuck with you, like they it seems they actively are like seeding your demise, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, tied all this like God bless America, the land of the free bullshit. When it's like land of the free, but like when it's time for niggas that need help, you know, like people, regular people that go to work every day,
You
work
niggas
9 to
is
5s.
Free to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, basically. But when like multinational corporation needs money to buy their own stock back to artificially inflate their stock, and like, you know, now then it's like, oh, okay, time to bust out the big checkbook for that shit, you know?
Hell yeah.
2 trillion, no questions asked, no strings attached.
And then it's like, who are these niggas?
Here,
Like,
and you can fuck my wife.
Yeah, these niggas is literally just fucking like. It's like these niggas take money from their neighbor, go wash it in the sink, and then fuck it, just basically go give it back to him. Because all the money is just getting fucking redistributed within the 1%. So it's like, or the top 10%, I should say.
It's not getting, yeah. It's not even being redistributed. Like, all the niggas that have their money, like, all the niggas that had money kept their money, and they're getting more money. But it's like, if you didn't have money, then you gotta make a mortgage payment, or you gotta pay your rent or something.
Nigga, I don't care.
Yeah, it's like, you're on your own. You better figure it out. You better, you know, count the peas. You know, better not sell drugs, because then we're gonna put your ass in jail for fucking 30 years for an eighth. Or some shit, you know.
I know you had to eat and shit like that. You probably got a kid. But, I don't care.
Yeah, America is designed to fuck over the poor. You know, it's like, yeah, America is a socialist nation, but it's only socialist. It's like, it's reverse socialism, you know? It's like, it's not even really capitalism anymore, because, like, if it was capitalism, all these niggas that are having trouble now, they would have just took a L, you know? Because that's how capitalism works, you know?
Yeah.
You're not making your money, then you don't get to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like, you're not making your money, and you get to eat. Not only are you eating your food, you're eating shit off everyone else's plate as well. Because that's like, that's how they do. They have it set up so people that have it get more, you know? So yeah, that's why it's fuck America. But not only are, like, while they're taking money out of your pocket and giving it to a nigga with more money than you, they're like basically like demonizing you for having like socialist beliefs. You know, like, oh, I think homeless people should not be homeless.
Why? Why?
Yeah, it's like,
It's like, I guess because they're people too.
yeah, I think corporations should take some L's sometimes. You know, and niggas are like acting like you're fucking God is dead. You know, like that's why I say like the American government is a cult. It's barely a government anymore.
Yeah.
It's all the same niggas just playing musical chairs.
Just jerking each other off.
Yeah. It's wild to watch, seeing it from the outside. I don't know too much about, foreign governments. Because it's like, I don't really have to. Foreign governments don't particularly affect me like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like watching our government, it's just like, it legitimately makes me want to blow my brains out. It's just like, wow, these are the niggas that have the reins. They hold the power, and like, what the fuck can you do about it? It's just like,
It's because this shit just kept happening and happening. Like people just kept letting people at the top kind of get more and more power. Fucking union busters. Shit like that.
it's all those stupid ass boomer niggas talking about how important voting is, but it's like, it's because of how you voted, we're fucked.
Yeah.
So it's like, or how you didn't vote, whatever the fucking case is. And it's not even like like in a sense of like not taking responsibility. It's like, what responsibility could we even take as a generation? Like, we've had nothing. Our parents have had nothing. And it's like, it's like, we're fucked and we see it and we want something to change, and then we have a chance to get something to change, and then like,
Old niggas are like, no, I want everything to stay normal.
yeah, I want to go back to 2015. Like, that's what they're fighting for with like when they vote for Joe Biden, or
A decent time.
yeah, anybody besides like Bernie Sanders. Because honestly, I don't even really, like, I used to be like a, Bernie will get it done, but now I'm like seeing how this nigga behave, when like, he can't even like call out this nigga Joe Biden, not even for like his mental health, but just for the fact that he's a fucking liar, like, bro, your whole thing is telling the truth. You can't call out a liar when you see one. So it just makes me like wonder, like, if this nigga has the power, is he gonna bend the knee, to all the niggas, to all the people that really have the power,
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause he, not only like that, he lets niggas, like, he lets basically like all like the news stations and all those like Hillary Clintons and whatnot say whatever the fuck they want about him, and then he's just
like,
hoping that people are smart.
Yeah, constantly talk dirt on his name, like, with no repercussions. Because it's really just like his supporters will go back and just be like, no, this shit's like not true.
Yeah,
but then it's like his supporters look like assholes because they're like, nah, yo, this shit's
bro, what? Yeah, like, what's with all this fucking cat? What is this?
Shit.
This what?
Oh, it's all I ain't wearing this fucking crew neck.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I ain't feeling it.
Like, I feel like he does kind of put too much stock in his supporters because it's like,
He puts too much stock in normal people. Like, yeah, normal people are like the bread and butter of the nation or whatever. But it's like, these niggas are stupid. Not only are the people stupid, Congress is stupid too. I just recently learned about, there used to be a research division of Congress, like where they would do research to like make the best decisions on like passing bills and shit like that.
yeah.
But a nigga named Newt Gingrich, Green something. His nigga's name was fucking Newt, so you can't trust him. He a lizard. But like, he defunded the section of Congress that like helps with like researching and shit, and that's why we're in the position we are now with
Because niggas can just write up bills and just get them passed.
yeah. And like, that's why like lobbyists have become so like
Enriched.
ingrained in government because his that shit, like the lobbyists are the ones that do the research and shit and like inform the Congress people of like uh how this shit goes, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, and like what's the best decision to make, and like best is in air quotes, like what'll benefit their employers the most.
Yeah. Us.
So yeah, we're fucked from like 80 ways to Sunday.
Yeah. And then it's also like there's really like not shit we can do.
Yeah, like the government has to be completely overhauled, and like that's what people wanted with Bernie Sanders, because like not only like he talked about like doing a bunch of shit like campaign finance reform and shit like that, like a lot of like useful shit, you know,
Yeah.
like stuff that needs to be done for the government to get like back to like where it was in like the 50s. Everyone talks about like, oh, make America great again, but it's like America is not gonna be great because America is not the same country it was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Not only from the standpoint of like demographics, but from the standpoint of like our government has been, oh fuck, has been fucking bodied by itself.
And then it's also like,
hell.
where do these niggas? Okay, so you're trying to make the economy great again, but like my thought process with like that whole shit was like, how are you gonna make the economy great again if this nigga is just like all of his economic plans were, all right, well let's bring coal mining back, let's fucking like let's get niggas back down there, and instead of investing in like new technologies and like the whole Green New Deal shit. It's just like,
Yeah. Because it's like everyone that fucking runs the government reads at a 5th grade level. And it's like when something good is supposed to happen for the citizens, that's when they use their power to like, whoa. You know, let's review this.
yeah.
You know, and it's just like fuck 100% of these niggas. I get that there's people in the government that want to like help, but there's not enough of them. The majority of people in the government are just going to fucking work. You know, they're just crunching numbers, signing papers.
Yeah. And that's like all them niggas want. That's
So they're eating. They're fine. You know, when the government shuts down and they're out of a job, that's when that's when that shit matters. But it's like, nope, these niggas they're not serious. That's all I can say. Like it's a game to them. But like with this coronavirus shit, niggas are gonna die. Niggas are dying. What? It's like I think it's like 500 people that died. New York.
Already.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
at least.
niggas is dying every like here. I think it's hit. I don't want to say 100 deaths. Around like 50, maybe 70 deaths. Up to 1,000 cases.
And that's just in our state. Our state got shut down there, or was it the city or the state?
The city got shut down, not the state.
Oh, so yeah, just the city. City is all non-essential travel. Oh, that means we can. We could go get some gas. All non-essential travel.
Oh yeah, like you can. That's the thing. You can still go places and shit like that, and like go do stuff. Like the police can. I think it's like the police can pull up on you and just be like, "Why are you traveling?" And then you can just be like, if we went to the store and bought some bread and just be like,
Yeah.
or some milk or something.
Just going to the fucking store, nigga. God damn, Gestapo ass boy.
I'm trying to go buy some pussy, nigga. Damn, get out my fucking car, nigga.
God, ugly ass nigga. If only you was worried about some money like this. But yeah. Yeah, the American Empire is more or less done for. You know?
By the time we get to our like grandparents' age, the America that they knew and the America that we die in is gonna be completely different.
I like, yeah, the America that we die in is
Shit might not have been called America.
United States of China. United States of China's ball lickers. Ching Chong 2. Electric
Ching Chong
Boogaloo.
2. God damn, I hate everybody. Even the niggas that voted for Trump, I don't even hate you niggas.